Hi guys and welcome to MotorBeam. The C segment is exploding with a ton of options and Toyota finally has a formidable rival in the form of the Yaris. But is it enough to beat the best sellers in the segment, the Hyundai Verna as well as the Honda City? For starters, the Yaris doesn't get a diesel engine, which puts it at an inherent disadvantage. In today's video, we are pitting all the petrol automatics to find out if the Yaris can hold on to its own. Looking at all these three cars over here, you might not be able to recognize which is the freshest of the lot because the Yaris is the newest launch, yet it is not the best looking car over here. It is the Verna with its fluidic design language which stands out. Meanwhile, the City is also a very attractive looking car and the facelift has certainly upped its appeal. Meanwhile, the Yaris looks a bit quirky and from the side it looks quite weird. When you step inside, you're greeted with a cabin which looks very attractive, but the City's interior looks the best over here. Unfortunately, it has the worst build quality of the trio, the best being in the Verna. The front seats are the best in the Verna and it's the only car in the segment to get ventilated seats and a smart trunk wherein you just have to come and stand behind the boot and it automatically opens. However, when you talk about segment first features, it's the Yaris which boasts of a lot of them like front parking sensors, electric adjust for the driver's seat and 7 airbags. Yes, that's one more than the City as well as the Verna. In fact, the Yaris also gets ambient lighting, meanwhile the City gets LED lights which none of these cars possess over here. Yes, all get projectors and there are a ton of features on offer in all these cars over here, right from keyless entry to push button start, a touchscreen infotainment system, which although fluid to use in all these cars is the best in the Verna, which also has the best graphics because the one on the Yaris already feels dated, meanwhile the infotainment system on the City feels a bit glitchy. Meanwhile, the City misses out on rear parking sensors, the Yaris misses out on a sunroof and the Verna misses out on automatic wipers. If you are looking to buy a petrol automatic in this segment, well, you are planning to sit in the rear seat and unfortunately I have some bad news for you guys because neither the Yaris nor the Verna can match the City's rear seat comfort. The City just has acres of space and even the boot is bigger on the Honda. Thus, if you're looking for a practical car with a lot of space, there's still no beating the Honda City. The Yaris isn't available with a diesel engine, but the Verna and City are. The City has better drivability, but the Verna offers much better performance. So yes, the Verna has the better diesel engine on offer. And it also comes with an automatic option, which means if you're looking for a diesel auto, well, the Verna has that too. But today we are only talking about the petrol engines, more specifically the automatics. This one is a 1.5 litre unit. This too is a 1.5 litre unit. Meanwhile, the Verna has the displacement advantage. It also has the power and torque advantage over here because it produces 123 horses and 151 Newton meters of torque. Meanwhile, the Yaris, being the newest kid on the block, has the least powerful engine with 107 horses and 140 Newton meters of torque. The City, well, with 118 PS of power and 145 Newton meters of torque. And of course, the VTEC motor is the best performing car over here. Yes, it's not as fast as the Verna, but this one has a soul and it redlines like an absolute hoot. So when you're driving the car in the city, the Yaris actually excels on part throttle because it has good amount of pep. The Verna is really enthusiastic with its gearbox, so it kind of feels in sport mode almost all the time and feels very punchy in the mid-range too. But if you're talking about top-end power, it's the Honda which really screams to the red line. So while the Verna uses a traditional 6-speed torque converter gearbox, both these Japanese cars use a 7-step CVT. In terms of CVT performance, it's the City which offers better performance, and both these Japanese cars also come with paddle shifters, which is missing on the Verna. When you talk about efficiency, it's the Honda City which excels, whether it's petrol or diesel, and that's something which makes it so popular with buyers. The Honda City has a suspension which is set up on the stiffer side. Both these cars over here have a softer suspension setup. In terms of ride quality, the City just can't match either the Yaris or the Verna, because between both these cars, it's very evenly matched. Both ride very well, are extremely comfortable, and the Yaris has a marginally better ride quality than the Verna. Both these cars also share similar traits because in terms of steering feel and feedback, they are quite lacking. They simply can't match the City, which has by far the best steering here. It is also the best handler because body roll is very well contained in the City. Both these cars here do have some amount of roll. The Yaris does perform better around the corners. The Yaris also remains the most glued to the road at higher speeds, and helping that are smaller tires because this one gets 15-inch wheels, meanwhile the other two come with 16 inches. The Yaris is the only car here which gets rear disc, and in terms of braking performance, it is also the best here. The Honda City and the Hyundai Verna keep exchanging positions on the top, and there's a reason for that. The Verna offers splendid value for money. The City, although pricey, is by far the best car in the segment. Still, the Yaris neither offers value for money, neither does it offer the level of finesse as the City, and feels lackluster in this company. Yes, Toyota has given it a lot more features, but it's also very pricey. In fact, the Yaris is so expensive, it costs as much as the diesel variants of the Verna as well as the City for a petrol vehicle. So if you're looking to buy a diesel car here, without doubt, it's the Verna you should opt for. If you're looking for a diesel automatic, well, you have no option because the Verna is the only option among these three. If you're looking for a petrol car, especially the manual, again, the City is simply unbeatable. But coming to petrol automatics, it's very evenly matched between these Japanese cars over here. But the City not only offers better performance, it also offers better space, making it the better petrol car over here. If you are planning to sell your old car first before buying any of these sedans, you must consider Cars 24. Visit any of their 50 branches and sell your car at the best price. Not only this, Cars 24 will also instantly transfer the money in your bank account and take care of paperwork, including RC transfer. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys are planning to buy a C-segment sedan, do let us know which is the one you would pick, and make sure to hit that thumbs up button and also subscribe to the MotorBeam channel. If I had to choose a petrol automatic sedan, it wouldn't be the Yaris. It's just not exciting enough to drive. Same is the case with the Verna. It's just not exciting enough to drive, which means the VTEC would be my pick. No, the Honda City is very exciting, but it's not as good as the Volkswagen Vento, which by far has the best gearbox over here.